What was the biggest reason the Patriots won this game?
Because of the defense. It was clear that the defense played a lot better than the offense. They was clicking. They kept Kyler Murray in check for the most part. Bill Belichick seemed like he put the same game plan together for Kyler that he did for Lamar, and it worked for the most part. Kept the game close, kept Kyler from being dynamic, so to speak, and he gave him problems in general. Kyler is nursing the shoulder injury, and I think that probably has some type of effect on the way he threw the football. It takes a while to warm up when you have that AC joint sprain in your throwing shoulder. So to Kyler's credit, that could have made a difference. But all in all, when it all came down to it, the Arizona Cardinals still had a chance to win the game. Their kicker missed their kick. Nick Folk banged his through the upright. Shout out to my former teammate Nick Folk, and that was the game. But I think for the New England Patriots, they played really good defense yesterday, and they was very physical. They might not be playing some of the best football, in all three phases of the game, but I think all in all, that defense has always looked stout, and I think that's what won the game for them.
I agree. I think Stephon Gilmore being back, because now, Skip, you say, okay, Steph, you got D-Hop. Now we're going to rotate, we're going to play coverage, we're going to keep our eyes in the backfield to make sure we don't let Kyler Murray get loose. And I thought they did a great job of containing Kyler Murray. I've never seen anything like this before. I can honestly, Skip, Cam was 9 of 18 for 84 yards. They sacked him three times. They picked him twice. And they never had a drive in which they gained at least 50 yards in any drive the entire game.
And they won.
This guy, like I said, I've never seen anything like this before. And they didn't get a pick six. They didn't get a scoop and score. They didn't run one back.
Nope.
I've never seen anything, but you have to give Coach Belichick credit. And like Mike said, that Kyler's shoulder, but I just thought on some of those third down runs, Skip, instead of giving the ball to Drake, I'm gonna leave the ball in Kyler Murray's hand. Yep. Kyler, you got to make something happen, bro. I'm not letting Kenyon Drake. My bet, if you look at yesterday, Skip, at the end of the game, what did Andy Reid do? He handed the ball off. He could have handed it off. He said, no, Mahomes, you got us here, bring us home. Kyler Murray is your best, Skip. He's not a running back, but he's your best runner.
He is.
And I've got to find a way to keep the ball in his hands. On 4th and 1, Kyler Murray's going to keep this ball. Okay. I'm going to give him a run-pass option.
I got it. I am with Michael Vick. Kyler is still nursing an AC joint sprain. And I think it really bothered him yesterday because I know Kyler Murray's game. I watched every snap he took at the University of Oklahoma. I have not missed a single game in pro football that Kyler has played. I even saw some shots of him warming up yesterday, and he couldn't throw the football. He's lost velocity, and it's hurt his accuracy a touch.
And it was cold.
And it was
the last thing you need.
You don't need that. And it looked like the game plan said no called, no designed runs for Kyler to protect the shoulder.
Right.
He got loose for one late scramble that was 15 yards. And look, he can run now once he gets free.
Right.
If he's just running in space, no problem.
Right.
But as far as a designed read option kind of keeper, Cliff Kingsbury's saying, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get you banged up any more than you're banged up right now because you probably shouldn't be out there today.
Correct.
So he gets 31 total yards with 15 coming on a late scramble. So he was no factor in the run game. And I agree. On the 4th and short, again, I'm probably going to put the ball in his hands if he's right.
Right.
If I think he can stand up to some punishment, but he can't. So back to your point. I look at the numbers on this game and I say, wait a second, it doesn't, 2 plus 2 don't equal 4 because third down's better for the visiting team. Then you look at yards rushing, way better for visiting, yards passing, way better for the visiting team. Again, 1 turnover for Kyler and 2 for Cam. Okay? And the time of possession, Kyler had it 34 minutes to only 26 for Cam. Well, help me out. It doesn't add up.
Nope.
Except that Cam threw 1 late pick, and I thought it was probably pass interference on Drake Kirkpatrick, but they didn't call it, and he picked it.
Right.
And I thought, game over.
Yep.
Then they got conservative. They didn't try to go for the throat, and they leave the Gonzalez kid, the kicker, with a 45-yard field goal. And he's been pretty good this year. And he flat out pushed it right and missed it.
But, Skip, that's the thing. That's what makes me upset with team. Oh, we just going to play for the field.
Yeah.
Field goals are automatic. PATs, Skip, we see more guys miss PATs.
Yep.
They're not automatic.
I totally agree.
And in that kind of condition,
man,
that's not automatic. You better try. Hey, I'm trying to get the ball in the end zone, then you don't worry about the field goal
It's
kicker.
one thing to kick indoors in Phoenix.
Yes.
It's another up there in New England in the outdoors.
That ball probably feel like you kicking a brick.
And to Nick Folk's credit, as he was shouted out by Michael Vick, that was a hellacious boot, man.
But
he nailed it from 50 yards.
He's kicked in New York. He's kicked in New England. He's kicked in
Dallas.
Philly.
Yeah.
So
I know he's got it.
Yeah.
He has been around.
Yes.
He has done that. He will go south on you, but he hadn't gone south yet this year.
New England Patriots ran the ball real effective yesterday.
They did.
The run game was clicking, and that's another thing. The time of possession might not have been in their favor, but they did do enough to keep Kyler on the sideline and not have him out on the field being dangerous. So I think that played a big part of the win, too.
A lot of this, Skip, when you look at their running game, a lot of it is not necessarily about gaining yards. Because you look at it, Skip, there was 30 attempts, 110 yards. That's less than 4 yards a carry.
It's okay, but it's not great. Yeah.
But we're trying to minimize putting the ball in harm's way.
Yep.
And if we don't Coach Belichick says, you know what, I feel if we don't turn the football over, the likelihood of a team driving on us consistently isn't very good.
Yep.
As long as we don't give them a scoop and score or we turn it over and they can just kick a field goal, somebody driving on us, we like our chances. And now that they got Gilmore back, it don't count them out. The game that's going to come back to haunt them, Skip, is they lost to the Broncos.
Yep.
That might loom. That might be the game to keep them out of the playoffs.
Well, and they had Buffalo on the ropes.
Yes,
and then
Buffalo.
And
Buffalo.
I agree. So yesterday, Kyler Murray has a QBR of 55, which is a little above average, not terrible. Cam had a QBR of 7, and they won the game. I don't know. It's a Belichick special, right?
That's how now you get an appreciation. Now all those years up there for 20 years, oh, coaching matters, huh, Mike? Coaching matters.
I think it's voodoo, right?
I mean, defense matters. I played my entire career, and I can only think about, I only played with maybe 1 or 2 dominant defenses in 13 years. And I just know what the defense does. You can hang around all game, and you don't have to generate offense. You don't have to be great. You don't have to be the GOAT. You can find ways to win, and that's what happened in New England for years with Tom and Bill Belichick. So, it's still evident that he's still a defensive guru, and it showed.
I be thinking about that. I say, man, what if Patrick Mahomes had defenses like Tom Brady had for just 15 years, or Aaron Rodgers had defenses like Tom Brady had for 15 years, or Peyton Manning, or some of these Marino? What could they have done if they had comparable defenses for the same length of time?
Wait a second. Kansas City is 7th in points allowed. Is that good? That's top 10.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Mike, that's what I'm saying. If you have those type of defense where you top 10, you top 5, can you imagine if my homeboy had a run for 15 years? He's going to have a defense that's going to be in the top 10 or top 5 for the next 15 years. How many Super Bowls do you think he wins, Skip?
Well, if he continues to throw in Super Bowls a late third quarter and an early fourth quarter interception the way he did against San Francisco, I don't know if
like your guy did yesterday?
Yeah.
Like your guy threw 2 picks yesterday?
That was in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. He got away with it because the opponent was Jimmy G.
So Brady never thrown a pick in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. He's thrown a couple, but not many.
He thrown a pick 6 against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not as many as the other guy.
My guy clean. My guy clean. Skip, you know my guy's on pace to throw for 43 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. 43 and 2. Can I interest you in that, Skip?
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Mike, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for helping me with these two.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.